came back I was asked if I would come back and take on the senior leadership role of the church that sent us out in Cardiff, which I did. And was there for 4 years, working with another guy called Peter Bowley, who was, and a group of other men. But over those 4 years, started struggling big time with some of the doctrine, some of the practice that I felt just was not in line with the scriptures.
Can I ask a question? So at this point they've asked you to plant a church for them and they've asked you to come back with no theological training. So what do you think it was in you that they saw that yes, this is a person who can lead us?
Well, I think if you asked them that now, they would say they made a big mistake. Honestly, I think they would say, I don't know what we saw. We were blinded as well, so we were deceived.
And obviously, did the theology, did the particular doctrines that you didn't agree with, did they change, or did you change?
I think probably both ways. I don't think I changed. If I go back to when I first became a Christian, within 3 months of becoming a Christian, in what was then a liberal Baptist church, it still is to a degree, it was remarkable, and we must have seen 50 or 60 people, young people, become Christians in about a year. I thought it was normal. And in a liberal Baptist church.
Yeah.
So there were some genuine Christians there that were really preaching the gospel. And within 3 months of that, somebody passed me a tape. This is important in my whole life story. Somebody passed me a tape. It was in that Baptist church. You are now part of this church. Called A House for God from Haggai and Zechariah. And it was a young guy preaching on God's passion for the local church. Why the local church is so important. Why God has given himself to the local church, and why the local church is the expression of the kingdom of God. And he just painted this picture of the local church and giving your life away to something that matters, that's going to last forever. I was captivated when I heard this message. I think it's the first real preaching I'd ever heard, because what we were getting on Sunday in this place wasn't expository preaching in any way. And I listened to this message, and so I got every message I could from this guy. He's an American guy. I got every message. Just started listening to him over and over again, and that was C.J. Mahaney. So after being a number of years in this Baptist church, I wrote to C.J. probably 83, just after we were married, and said, how can I give my life away to this kind of thing? And he wrote back and put us in touch with this group in the UK who were building churches and said contact them. So after 12 years working with them, things that I'd heard CJ talk about were so different to what I was seeing. I was studying more and reading more and becoming more uncomfortable with certain doctrines and certain practices. But at the same time, I think that they were going further away from where we'd been. So it came to a head where I felt in good conscience and integrity I could no longer lead and be in eldership. And I remember talking to Jen saying, I have to step down. I can't do this in integrity because I know that the guys who are asking me to lead, who put me in, would disagree with where I'm at, and I disagree with where they're at. So myself and my colleague, we both felt the same, and so we called the church together and we said we couldn't stay, but we didn't want to cause any trouble. This was 13 years ago now. So we were going to leave the city. We were going to start another church. We said we come to Newport, which all parties were agreed on. That will be an honourable way of going ahead. So that's what happened. We came out to Newport, and we were over that first Sunday. We couldn't believe what we were seeing, because about 80% of the church who just built a very nice building in Cardiff, 80% just got up and came with us and met in Uttering College. And we were just staggered that first Sunday. So that's what happened. So we just started again.